The deadlift. Why the deadlift? It's a vital, natural, functional component of movement. It's one of the most functional movements of our daily life. For example, picking anything up off the ground and standing up, or even just bending over to tie your shoes. This is a strength-dominant movement with no momentum. It also develops hip extension and creates a super potent neuroendocrine response. Any deficiency in the deadlift will be magnified when attempting to clean, snatch, sumo deadlift high pull, and swing kettlebells. Key points of movement. Maintain a neutral spine position. This is for both safety and power output. Weight in your heels. This helps to activate our posterior chain. Scapula is retracted and tight. This helps to keep the bar close to the body. Shoulders either directly or slightly over the bar at setup. Hips and shoulders should rise at the same rate. Bar should stay in contact with the legs throughout the movement. The setup. Stance and foot position. Your feet should be between hip and shoulder width with toes slightly turned out. This provides the best supporting position for balance and strength. Maintain a neutral spine position. This will keep our back safe and produce repeatable power output. Head position should remain neutral. This helps keep alignment of our spine from our cervical through to the thoracic back. Shoulders either directly or slightly over top of the bar at setup. This is for optimum pulling power and weight distribution. Execution. Weight distribution. Your weight needs to be in your heels. This activates our posterior chain, our engine for movement and stabilization. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath at the standing position and squeeze your abs. This will help you maintain a neutral spine and a really rigid torso. Bend at the hips and place your hands on the bar by pushing your feet through the floor. This is the ideal setup, driving your feet through the floor. Hips and shoulders should rise at the same rate. To completely utilize the hamstrings, the glutes, and the back as a big unit, we develop more power with all three working together in unison. Push your knees out laterally on the way down and on the way up. This creates the most power and balance throughout the movement while taking full advantage of the glutes. Once the bar is past the knees, the hip opens all the way up. The hamstrings and glutes just about done firing, thereby leaving the powerful hip to finish the job. The bar should remain in contact with the legs at all times. This helps keep the weight as close to our center of mass as possible, making it more efficient. Stand up to full extension of the hips and knees. This develops explosive hip extension, which translates into improved athletic performance and other lifts. Return down by pushing your hips back and shoulders slightly forward, delaying the full knee bend. We want to engage the posterior chain to support, balance, and move the load. Once the bar is below the knees, your torso angle is set, then return the bar back to the floor. This helps to solidify the setup position for the next repetition. Common faults with simple fixes. Hyperextension. This compromises the natural, stable position of your spine and leaves you more susceptible to injury. Take that deep diaphragmatic breath and maintain a really tight midsection throughout the lift. Rounded back. This could be due to weak or tight hamstrings and glutes. It could also mean a weak core. Try some plank work and focused upper and lower back lifting, paired with some squeezing your abs throughout the movement. Knees folding in. It could be that you have stronger leg extension than hip extension, or maybe weak abductors. This puts pressure on the tendons and ligaments in the knees. Push your knees out laterally or spread the ground apart with your feet as a cue. Weight in your toes. This could be the weak hamstrings and glutes. This creates a loss of power and balance. You're not connected to the ground here, thereby not activating the engines. Try to lift your toes up while standing. Hips rise before the shoulders. You may have a weaker back and stronger hamstrings. Lift with the hips and shoulders at the same speed. Shoulders rise without the hips, meaning the bar is probably traveling around your knees. Your back is stronger than your hamstrings. Lift with your legs and shoulders together. Thank you for watching.